Alright, what's up, Pack Peeps? Welcome to the stream. Whether you're here to relax, enjoy the game, or just hang out, you're in the right place. Today, hello, here I am. Today, we are going to be jumping into Tavern Talk. This is a game that I've played on this channel before, but something ends up going wrong with stream, to where stream is just a butt. So again, for the third time, I'm gonna start. Second time, I'm gonna start a new thing so that way we can start from the beginning. And what we are going to be trying to do is run into Quincy's Tavern. He has a character that is featured in this game. So we're gonna jump right into it. Hello, bubbies. How you be? How you doing? Have you hydrated? Have you eaten? Have you taken any kind of meds that you possibly need to take? Good. Speaking of, let me my butt be on insurance now because I need to gain weight. So let me get a little bit of this down. I'm gonna mute myself so I can do that. Okay, I have finished the insure. Okay, I was not aware of this Twitch thing being on the game. We're gonna full screen. Just in case that takes me somewhere. But we're gonna connect my Twitch to the game. Did I put an S in Corgi? Yes, I put an S in Corgis. Corgi's Corner. Authenticate. Authorize. So what exactly is this? Give me. Okay, hold on. Well, I guess we're gonna see. Connect. Connecting. Hi, your debut bubbles. How you doing today? Also, I need to refresh my page because my freaking my stream manager did not show that I was live for some goddamn reason. Okay, so what exactly does this do then? Hold on, let me refresh one more time. I'm gonna be a minute before. Okay, what what does this do? What is connecting my Twitch? Do. Oh. Okay. Alright, now we can switch over to gaming scene. Alright. Ando! Hello, Ando. Okay, okay, we're gonna select new profile, she, her pronouns.
Not that far away. Let me start over.
Sorry, I
Once
forgot to
upon a
unmute the
time,
game audio.
somewhere in Gaia, not that far away, there was a tavern. My tavern. A place for anyone looking for an adventure or a quick refreshment. A place open to everybody. Even jackdaws, I suppose. But I'm not just your typical innkeeper. My drinks are infused with magic to aid ambitious adventurers on their quests. To make sure they always return victorious. Big shoes to fill, I know. Then again, what's the worst that could happen?
And there we go. Alright, how is game audio for everybody? Not game audio. My voice audio with the music and whatnot. How's that sounding? Is it good? Do I need to turn the music up? Turn it down? Do I need to turn me down? Alright, but for now, we will continue on with the game. And hiya, Inky. How's it going? All fine and dandy? Can't complain. How about you, Fable? All fine and dandy? Yes, yes, all fine and dandy. I, I, I had such an exciting day. Really, really exciting. Did you go on an adventure? Okay, hold on, let me actually turn that right there. There we go. Even better. I took a walk around the grove and I just saw the bird take a dump. I took a walk around the grove and then I replanted a mushroom that had fallen over. Then I patiently waited for it to turn into a mushroom monster or a mushroom mimic. Maybe a no. Did it? No, but I got to take another walk around the grove. And how was it? Great. I got to see the same stones, the same trees, the same Emerithian hydrant guarding the entrance to Avalon, the same moss. I even got to water the asters. They didn't really need it, but I was there, so. Sounds very exciting. Who am I kidding? My life is as exciting as a roasted nut. And nuts are healthy, very thrilling in sauces or as a snack. There are various types of nuts: walnuts, peanuts, hazelnuts. I'm allergic. Oh, oof. Well, oh, I didn't know that. Oh, no worries. I mean, I never told you. And hey, at least something would happen if I ate a nut. Just not something very fun. Anaphylactic shock and all that. Does that count as an adventure? No, that's how. Yeah, like that part right there. I think that counts as a mistake. So what you're saying is that you're missing some spice. Oh, no, no, no. I have a very sensitive stomach. I don't think chilies would help me much. Okay, I just got a notification for someone going live, and they're going live very early. What are you going live for right now, sir? This isn't you usually don't go live for another like 4 or 5 hours, sir. Excuse me. Okay, now that notification I'm expecting. That first one I didn't. Hold on, what is he playing? What, The Last of Us 2. Okay, you're just going live early then? Okay. Thought that was some kind of special event going on, but just The Last of Us. Alright. Oh, no, no, no. I have a very sensitive stomach. I don't think chilies would help me much. Though I'm very good at growing phoenix chilies. I was talking about the spice in your life. Ah, oh, that's what you meant. Well, yes, yes, exactly. That's it. There's no. Uh, hold on, give me a minute. Okay, I think I'm done with the hiccups. Oh, that's what you meant. Well, yes. Yes, exactly. That's it. There's no chili flakes, no garlic, no dragons. Just a lot of salt. I'm like a bland soup. Bland soup is still good soup. So a classic case of boredom, I see. Do you know the feeling when nothing exciting is going on in your life? Like, life isn't bad, but not particularly fun? Yes, ma'am. Yes, I do. Let's see. Have you tried visiting a circus? Or have you tried adding some zest to your soup? We're gonna suggest adding some zest to your soup. Huh? Drama, buzz, excitement, something fiery. Fury, fiery, fiery, fury. Go to the theater. Go to the theater or a gala. Arrive in a hot air balloon. A hot air balloon? Don't they fly up really high? Yes, I think that's the point. Uh, I'm afraid of heights. And people. And of actors. But apart from that, I'm trying. I tried singing, but what is singing if I'm not, or if not the telling of tale? How can I sing of things I've never, like, if I never lived through anything? What do you mean? Well, day in, day out, I live the same green soup of routines. Sure, I have my forest and I look after it, but I want to get out there and see something. Like, for example, listen to this song I started writing. Out of laziness, I'm just gonna word talk and I'm not gonna actually sing it. Well, there's a 50-50 chance I might actually sing it. We'll see. I wish to be a hero, slaying mighty drakes. I wish to meet a pretty nymph resting by the lakes. Well, that sounds like a good song opening to me. Oh, really? You think so? Well, perhaps it has a nice flow to it, but nothing ever actually happens. It happens in it. Because all I do is sit around and wish for things to happen. I don't even know what nymphs do. I've never met one. Taxes, maybe? No, I don't think so, Fable. I would love to sing about the exciting magical things I encounter. Character information, Fable. But to be honest, the most exciting thing in my life is coming to your tavern and discovering new drinks. Not a lot of songs you can write about that. I wouldn't mind a jingle. I'll think of one. Can I mention ifs? I'd prefer you didn't. Okay, maybe one day I'll get to offer them their own jingle. In the meantime, can I offer you a drink? Yes, I'd love a drink. The usual? Yes, please. That means a swift strike, in case you forgot. Thank you for the reminder, Fable. It's my favorite. It always makes me feel like a feather light nymph floating on the waves of a sunny lake. Do you want to be with a nymph or be the nymph? Both? But mostly I want a swift strike. Message received. Although, I was wondering, I've been coming to your tavern for so long and I still don't know anything about how you make your drinks. Could you show me? Just for the chat, we're going to do the tutorial, but first off, we're going to open a little book and we're going to read the information that we have on Miss Fable here. So, oh, sorry, Friend Fable. So, Fable Verifina, elf, age 110, they them pronouns, ranger. Their background is Ashen Grove, their neutral good, and their arcana is the Hanged Man. Fable Verifina is a ranger taking care of the Ashen Grove. They're a sweet and gentle soul and a regular at the Wayfarer's Inn. They dream of being an adventurer, but are troubled by severe anxiety about, well, everything. Their nut allergy doesn't help either. Alright, there you go. That is your information on this adorable little being. Alright, on to the tutorial. What, really? Yes. Yes, Miss Fable, really. What should I do? Do I need to put on an apron or summon a familiar? How do I summon a familiar? Ma'am, I don't think you have to worry about summoning a familiar being a ranger. I'm pretty sure that's the last thing you need to worry about. Just follow me. With you being a ranger, most thing you need to need to worry about is fighting your chosen enemy. Mm, Welcome to my drink mixing nook. So this is what it looks like back here. Hello, Ando. 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 Careful, I haven't fed him yet. Where do we start? Well, usually I start by figuring out what my patrons want. To make sure I don't forget what they ordered, I take notes in my journal. Let's have a look. Alright, there's the order right there. Oh, you pinned my order. Yes, I did. If I want to look for specific, if I want to look for specifics, I check my detailed notes. I do keep a log just in case. When I'm sure I know what was asked of me, I browse my recipes. Can't you just freehand mix something to see what sticks? No. I like to mix and match for a more varied result, but the right balance is crucial, so I stick to my recipes. When I settled on one, I can use the chalk to draw it on the board. What if you pick the wrong one? I can either erase it with a sponge or just pick a different recipe. My ingredients are stored in the five bottles on the right. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco. Cinco, cinco, seis. I know it's cinco, but I always say cinco for some reason. I don't know why. There's dexterity, intelligence, defense, strength, and charisma. I'm gonna need to relearn which one is which. I think dexterity sounds the tastiest. I had a feeling you might say that. If I mess up or want to redo my drink for any other reason, I can simply feed my mistake to Andu over here. The little purple guy that you guys are seeing in the bottom left corner. He is adorable. Now, once I'm done, I ring the bell to activate the primordial vortex. Actually, I don't need to bore you with the magic details. Just try and make a drink. Just try making a drink. You got this. Alright, so it was a swift strike that you wanted. Draw a recipe. So that's going to be three parts this, one part this, and then one part there. And we have a swift strike. Ding! Wah! Yoink! And boom. Wow, it actually does teleport. Of course it does. What did you think was happening? I thought you were just very good at sleight of hand. Valid. I see. Well, give your creation a taste. That's delicious. I made that? You made that. Thank you for showing me the ropes. And thank you for your enthusiasm. These adventures you dream of, aren't you scared they'd be the end of you? Maybe, but how would I know if I never try? Do you actually want to try? Well, yes, I want to tell great stories, but what? Never mind. Friend. Hello? How can I help you? A drink. For you? Right. What kind? Drinkable. Yeah, no fucking shit, Sherlock. Very specific. Thank you. How about a spoken heart? Some charisma couldn't hurt. Sure, whatever. Alright, spoken heart. That is here. Let's draw that over there. Yep. Spoken heart. Coming right up. You are, sir, ma'am, or otherwise. This should be digestible. Maybe even tasty. Thanks. Almost washes away the. No, let me start that sentence over because I feel like I was getting ready to mess that up. Hold on. Almost washes away the memory of that banshee haunting the lonesome lagoon at night. And her bone-shattering song of sorrow. Almost. All right. The brooding type, I see. Brooding? Brooding? Never. I was never really too sure about how you're supposed to pronounce that word. Da da da. Puta puta puta. What are you thinking about, Fable? Just dreams. Yours or someone else's? Mine. Other people seem to have the courage to follow theirs. Why can't I be like that? Isn't that up to you? I wish it was. My brother says my dreams are all full, are also full. Okay. My brother says my dreams are a fool's errand, that I'm running away from where I belong. We are rangers, Fable. We belong to the woods, like the stream that ripples down the mountain. Or the birds in the trees. We keep the balance. It's what we're meant to do. And is that what you want to do? Yes, no, not really. I want to experience things outside the safe boundaries of the forest. I want to live a life so full of adventure, boredom will feel like bliss. I want to be brave and strong. And I want to sing I want to sing songs about my adventures that make other people yearn for the same freedom. There's something in my eye. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. There's something in my eye. Oh my god. Okay. I just. Of course, I can never leave Ashen Grove behind forever. It's my home. But nothing going. There's nothing wrong with going away from time to time, right? No, not at all. I see nothing wrong with it. I mean, my brother looks after the grove, as well as my sisters. I think it'd be fine without me. Uh, then you should do what your heart desires. Will it stop aching then? There's only one way to find out, Fable. I think so, yes. What if it's wrong to leave, though? What if destiny never meant for me to leave? What if it did? That would be a dream come true. Be your own genie, Fable. Your adventure starts with you. Thank you, Innkeeper. You really are the most exciting part of my day. Why, hello. Greetings, traveler. How may I help you? You own this establishment, Innkeep? Last time I checked. Mm. With whom do I have the pleasure? The name is Cyrillin. You can call me Seer or Lynn. Couldn't care less. Nice to meet you, Seer. Lynn, what can I do you for? Perhaps something to drink? You do the thing with the quests, right? I believe you were female. So they say. Do you have one? You can have. Wait, do you want one? You can have a look at my notice board. Ugh, no, no quests for me. But I may have one for you. Or your notice board. Tell me more. Heard of a werewolf making trouble in Trigar, terrorizing farmers, tearing sheep apart, the whole program. And we're unlocked a werewolf man. A werewolf? That's news to me. Listen, me too. Didn't see one in almost a decade, and that was far south in Aruba. Been wondering if it's the same one, just moving up like a nomad. I thought the werewolf. Ben! It's fucking Ben! Ah! 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 Okay, I gotta give a shout out to my brother from another mother right here. The sketchiest of sketchy motherfuckers. You guys will definitely love his content. He may not stream much or often, but when he does, definitely the best place to be. If you like drawing, don't know if he still does Minecraft, but if you like drawing, you like Minecraft, you like the kitty cats and the naked lady sketches, definitely follow this guy right here. Fill that heart up, y'all. Fill that heart up. Push that button. Push that heart button, please. Ben needs the love. Ben needs the love. How you doing, Ben? How you doing? Just sitting here playing some tavern talk. It's a D&D inspired tavern running game. I'm glad you're doing good. I'm glad you're alive. I thought the werewolf hype died along with that one romance novel. Ugh, you mean the one with the vampires? Mm, think so. Nah, that just split society into two camps: Team Werewolf or Team Vampire. I, personally, now, when it first came out, I was personally Team Vampire, mostly because of his dad, Carlisle. But I was kind of mixed. Believe it was called Team Netherlands or something like that. I forgot what the fuck but then But then what made me get off of Team Jacob was the whole imprinting thing. Like I know he can't control the imprinting thing, but that's also kind of creepy. So now, I am Team Charlie. I'm Team Charlie, Team Carlisle, Team Emmett, and Team Billy. Which one are you in, Keith? Okay, now if I have to choose between one of these, I gotta go for the werewolf thing, 'cause that's closer to being human than a vampire is for me. Because at least they still like have for lack of a better explanation, they still have their human sense about them. The only reason they get the werewolf sense about them is when they transform. Whereas a vampire, they're stuck like that. They're on the brain set of a vampire. Werewolf. Is it the fur or the pecs? Neither. Questionable experience with the other camp, or so. I'm itching to ask for details. Don't. Don't. How about you? Oh, hold on. I need to message a Mel. I need to message a Mel. Hold on. Okay, I just had to. Ho, ho, ho. I almost had a stroke right there. Oh my god. Not an actual stroke. Just my English is not coming out right. I had to summon a Mel. Alright, how about you? Wouldn't you like to know? Yes, that's why I asked. I forgot that was the actual next line. Keep guessing. Has anyone ever told you that you could pass for a werewolf? Yes, all the time. At least twice a day. The only downside of looking like a werewolf is getting mistaken for one. Like a wolf, like a werewolf, same difference. Yeah, I see. Is that why you don't want to take care of the werewolf yourself? Yes. No. Well, I'm just afraid he might look a little too much like my uncle Dragan. Would feel bad for slaying that fella. You know, hunchback, hairy, crooked teeth. Is that a werewolf or just Uncle Dragan? You can't tell. Same fate befell on Olga. I'm sorry to hear that. Nah, that old had pause, rewind, play. Nah, that old hag had it coming. Never fall behind your grooming schedule, or before you know it, the next wannabe Van Helsing will strike you down with a silver arrow. Do the Van Helsings also hunt werewolves? Well, see, now my experience from watching Van Helsing with not Jack Black, that one Jack Black, Hugh Jackman. Although I would love to see them make a Van Helsing with Jack Black in it, because that would be hilarious. I want to see a comedy spin on that. But yeah, no, as far as I know from the Hugh Jackman movie, I don't think they hunt werewolves. It's just like a thing to where if they show up, they get killed. Eh, don't know, don't care enough to check. Either way, that's Southern Werewolf, yeah? Alright. Anything else that might help others get done with it rather swiftly? Fetch. Pardon me? Should they get into a dangerous situation, they'll just have to start playing fetch. That works on any dog. Trust me. Do you know that from experience? Do you know that from experience? Alright, and good to know. Thanks, Seer. Lynn, it's not that hard. It's either Seerlin, Seer, or Lynn. Alright, gotcha, Lynn. Alright, Chief, you got a name, or is it just Inkeep? Just Inkeep for now. Playing hard to get, I see. Well, Inkeep, then before I venture on, you got a drink for me? Of course. What would you like? I'll take something powerful. Something with a whole lot of strength. And don't you dare give me any of that watered down muck instead. Got your back, bro. I got your back. Okay, you want strength. Southern Brawler. Draw recipe. Alright. Let's get 3 parts of strength. 1 part. Okay, yeah. DX. Wait, I think that's Dex. Oh, nope. A little bit of that's undo. And then let's get a little bit Korea's. But Southern Brawler coming up. Yeah, you are, Lynn. Oh, but Mel's probably playing fucking Sims right now. She didn't even see my message to come to fucking chat. A drink with zero water, as requested. Not bad. Just thought I was craving. Thanks. Where'll we head from here? Haps back west, through the Ashen Grove. Got some business to take care of. What kind of business? Personal business. Care to elaborate? Nah. But you won't stop asking until I do, will you? Nah. My cousin claims her crops are being stolen by undead snails. Obviously, I'm pretty sure she's hallucinating. But I did hear some folk complaining about an undead uptick in the west, so might as well humor her and make sure she hadn't turned into an undead snail herself. Something like that, yeah. It's odd, ain't it? Resurrecting the dead. Certainly unconventional. That's one way to put it. I think there's not much use digging up the past. It's just going to open up wounds you stapled shut. Or eat your face. The past hunts everyone willing to listen. Mm. Would you mind talking like a normal person? I ain't exactly up for philosophizing. You started this conversation, and I'm ending it. Alright, well then. If you find anything, anyway, find any more rumors for me or need aid, don't shy away from coming back. I'm more of a lone wolf, don't do groups. But sure, for more work, I'll be back. I'll be waiting. And speaking of rumors, you know how to turn them into proper quests, right? Don't want them to go to waste. Alright, I'm gonna look that in a second. I just want to read character information on this fucker. Alright, Cyrilin Pitonik. Pitonik. I'm not sure how to pronounce that last name. Alright. You're a Vukakin. Vukakin, age 36, she, her, beast slayer. Irove, chaotic good, and your arcana is the chariot. Lynn is a strong and fearless beast slayer with a taste for strong drinks, big swords, and even bigger muscles. She despises small talk in any way or form, and understandably for her, keeps her distance from werewolves. Wouldn't like being mistaken for one either. Okay, what's this? Alright, I'm gonna go for the tutorial. Fine, I guess I'll give. Brain, please read correctly. Connect with the mouth the right way. I guess I've got a few minutes. Let me see your setup. Alrighty, this is where I sort out rumors I've collected. I also keep them written down in my journal so I don't forget. Smart. I think the best next step would sort the matching snippets on your quest page. Just drag them over and make sure they're all the same for the same quest. Otherwise, you'll end up confusing adventurers. Oh, once you're done, select that quill of yours, and it'll be written up. Got it? I got it. Thank you for the help, Glenn. And put it on my tab. That's not how that works. Good night to you too. Alright then, let's assemble this quest. Alright, so let's stick this one up here, stick this one up here, stick that one there, stick that one there, and stick that one there. Okay, so let's see. The Vukakin Syrian told me about a werewolf who was roaming around Trigaran, a potential threat to villagers. We're gonna put that there. The werewolf has been previously seen in Irove, a southern town. A nomad, or do they have a goal in mind? I'm sorry, the little undo that's in the corner on this one, and then the little S's from the 90s. I love it. Alright, that's the second boop. And then the last one is this one. A werewolf's secret weakness is playing fetch. Apparently no dog can resist the urge to run after a stick. So, we got that written up. Click the feather, and we're all good. Reticent Vulcan passed by the Wayfarers and reporting a werewolf making their way to Trigaran from Erovan. They pose potential threat to both helpless sheep and villagers. Apparently, werewolves love playing fetch. Are you brave enough to take on this quest and save Trigaran from the werewolf mayhem? Alright, Act 1, Wayfarer's Inn, Chapter 2, I guess. I'm gonna say Chapter 2. Or let's say Day 2. Prelude to Bravery, 58th of the Wake. Alright, we're gonna pause here to do a BRB. Let me quickly pull this up, sign in. Okay, we're gonna do a quick BRB so I can go grab a soda and pull a smoke break. I will hopefully have a words for stream up for you guys. Hold on, let me. Uh, is it not gonna? Okay, hold on. Properties A X cancel, and then let's remove. Yes. Then new browser. WOS. Click. Uh, okay, let me put those in lowercase. Is it not gonna show up? No, not fucking webcam. Okay, looks like my words for stream thing is wanting to be a little bit of a but I do have somewhat of a solution that is catcam. I just need something to. Okay. Oh. All right. Where is my? Eh. Come on, man. Okay. You know what? Since y'all can actually still hear me, and so no one gets confused as to why it's on B or B, but there's still a streamer here. We're gonna full cam. I need to find my little multi USB port so that way I can plug that in, then plug in my webcam. This right now will have to come here. We'll have to do. Alright, I found something that we'll have to do for now. Okay. Oop, I'm stepping on stuff. Alright. Oh, wait, where's my mouse? Where's my mouse? There we go. Alright, now let's go back to the BRB. Let's pull up the webcam, deactivate, activate. Uh, properties. That's not what I want. I want edit, transform, edit, transform. Ooh, there's a crop button. There it is. Okay, hold on. Can I just do... Where does 200 get me? Okay, let's try 300. Okay. 400. Oh, where did that go? Hold on. Oh, nope, I put 4,000 by accident.
started. It's hard to take a break when you don't know what's important. Am I too far gone to stay? Will I ever want to change? If I went another way, would it be different? If I had the other say, would I have listened? It's all I've ever known, but now I'm wanting more. Falling in and out of place. I don't know where I wanna be. Afraid of what it's done to me. Whoa, but now I'm feeling lost and out of reach. And I can't find my place. I've never had the home to rest my ache. I'm tired of being on my own and broken, scared that it won't ever end. I've tried and tried again, but all I found is emptiness instead. I'm giving up on all I ever wanted. I guess that it's just hopeless. Is it alright if I
Okay,
try
hello, hello, everybody. I is back. We're gonna switch over to full screen real quick.
start to see it falling?
And then, do I have?
Out of
Yes, I do.
space, I make up my mistakes.
I have
I was
cat
so
cam on the
done
full screen.
waiting for what I want. Hope
We're gonna
I
be on full screen
find
because I'm gonna real
something
quick reply
far
to
from
a
all
message.
I've ever known. But now I'm wanting more, and I can't find my place. I've never had the home to rest my ache. I'm tired of being on my own and broken, scared that it will never end. I've tried and tried again, but all I found is emptiness instead. I'm giving up on all I ever wanted. I guess that it's just hopeless.
Uh, I just realized they went vamos, so I guess we can turn that off.
Never had a home to rest my ache. I'm tired of being on my own and broken. I'm scared that it will never end. I've tried and tried again, but all I found is emptiness instead. I'm giving up on all I ever wanted. I guess that it's just hopeless. I'm giving up on all I ever wanted. I guess that it's just hopeless.
So rip my mod Mel's shit because apparently on her end I'm not live. Twitch, we need you to not be drunk. Thank you. Alright. To continuing the game. We are on Act 1, Wayfarer's Inn. I'm gonna say day 2, the prelude to bravery, 58th of the wake. Start there. Nope, nope. Cat. There's a kitty. Hold on. Oh, oh. I don't want that to be that big. That's okay. She just lays right there. Alright, hold on. Let me move this back a little. turn that. Okay, there we go. Don't go and move again. Just please. Back to the game. Da da da. What do you have there, Fable? I found this on your notice board. It says there's. It says a werewolf is terrorizing Trigarin. Is that true? It is indeed. Have you sent anyone after it yet? Maybe that hooded guy from yesterday? Not yet. What kind of hero are you, looking for? One who knows their way around difficult terrain, woods even. Preferably one who is good with the bow. One who tells me they want the quest. No, hold on now. Okay, I'm done with the coughing. On with the dialogue. I'm good with the bow. Yes, Fable. And I know my way around any woods. I know, Fable. Dot dot dot. And and maybe I want the quest. Just maybe. No, no, not just maybe. Since yesterday, all I've been able to think about is you telling me to follow my heart. I'm sorry, but I'm focused on what the hell my cat is over here doing. What are you doing? What are you doing? Okay, that's what you're doing. Alright. The other cat is in here. Since yesterday, all I've been able to think about is you telling me to follow my heart. And then I stepped into your tavern, and the quest practically jumped out at me, and I think, hey, there's a start for an adventure. It's near a forest. You know forests. You live in a forest. And werewolves are basically just normal wolves, but slightly scarier because they're also human. But you've talked to humans before. And you've got several arrows for your birthday last year, and they're just collecting dust in your room. And, 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 And I thought I can ask you if anyone had taken it yet. And then I didn't think that far ahead. I see. Or rather, I did, but then I thought, what if I take the quest? Then I have to go on the quest. And I have to fight the werewolf. Or talk to the werewolf. Which is worse. Because what if the werewolf doesn't like me? And what if then when I try to wait and what if when I try to shoot it with the silver arrow, I miss and shoot a tree instead, and then the tree would be mad at me. But it wouldn't really matter because I'd be dead because of the werewolf. That took a quick turn. It sure did, but also as someone with severe anxiety, I also get it. I also get it. So maybe I should put the quest back. Fable? Yes? Do you want to tell? Do you want me to tell you to take the quest? Maybe. I can't make this decision for you. Neither can I. Whenever I have to make a difficult decision, it's like I freeze in place. Quick responding to message. Okay, hold on. Let me mute and take another sip of soda and also some water.
Often I'm upset that I cannot fall in love, but I guess this avoids the stress of falling out of bed.
Okay, soda and water have been sipped.
Are you telling me yet?
Whenever I have to make a difficult decision, it's like I freeze in place.
Already
And
twice out of it.
suddenly, I'm unable to move until someone makes the decision for me. Yep, anxiety for you. Like, like, like a slime, a frozen slime, a frozen slime that can't move. I've met slimes more anxious than you. No, I've met slimes less anxious than you. You've met slimes? My tavern is open to everyone? Oh, right. What do slimes drink? Water, more slime, bones. Okay. Hey, Ben. Mel says hi. For some reason, Twitch is being drunk and not liking her, and it's showing that I'm offline for her. But Mel does say hi.
Turn off your porcelain face. I can't really think right now, and
Hey,
this
you
place
sell
has too
bones?
many colors, and
Here, I'm
I
gonna
don't
screen.
wanna
I'm gonna
buzz.
take a picture of that
Sleep,
message for her.
are you dead? Sometimes I think I'm dead, 'cause I can feel
You
ghost
sell
words running in
bones?
my head, but I don't wanna
Only to
go to
slimes.
sleep just yet.
Ah, maybe you'll be able to add my bones to your menu soon. You'll have to pick them up from the forest floor. I think I'd have a hard time convincing a werewolf to give up free bones.
My pupils are
Why are you so
closing,
anxious,
but I
Fable?
wait again.
In general, I think answering that would take up more time than we have to spend. Ugh, hiccups. Oh, oh, there's one stuck. Oh my god. Mel said the same thing I did. Glad to know you're alive. I think answering that would take up more time than we have to spare. Also, let me also just yoink that off because they're not there anymore. About take oh no no no. All right, let's see. About taking the quest. It seems to me that you want to take it, but you're trying to talk yourself out of it instead. Oh, well, I do want to go on that quest. Werewolves, werewolves may not be the muses. Wait, be the best muses. Okay. Oh, well, I do want to go on that quest. A werewolves may not be the best muses, but it would make a good start for a song, right? The prelude of an epic. Fable the protector of the woods, the world, the worms. The worms? They seem like they need protecting. Yeah, honestly, yeah. But every time I think about embarking on a quest, I start to think more deeply about what might happen. All my bones start to shake and I feel dizzy. Yes. Is there something making you feel like you might fail? Aside from the bloodthirsty werewolf? Oh, we don't know what it's thirsty for. It might prefer orange juice. It might. Well, heroes have history, right? Great feats. Great feats they can look back on to prove their bravery. Inspirational adventures that remind them of the light in the dark. I have the opposite of that. Great mistakes and epic regrets. Like the Mari Morgan incident. Or my first encounter with the Amarithian Hydra. Or the reason why nobody wants to spend time with me. Okay, I want to go with the Mara Morgan incident first. Yes, the Mara Morgan incident. Didn't you hear about that? Oh, thank Gaia, word didn't get around. Well, it's getting ready to. It was my it was my very first adventure. The chance to finally escape from the daily grind. What happened? An adventuring party was on their way, passing through the Ashen Grove. Due to the Sylvan spirits, it gets fairly foggy at night, and the fog bears great danger to anyone who isn't acquainted with the spirits who call it home. So they wanted guidance from a local ranger, a merchant from wait, a merchant up in Trigaran recommend recommended me. I agreed to help, of course. My first adventure. I was so excited, but also very, very nervous. So, of course, it had to go wrong. I think it was the nerves. My friend, my bud. Hun, you got anxiety. Of course, your nerves are gonna be all. Why were you so nervous? New people, seasoned adventurers, one stronger than the next, all in shining armor and armed to the teeth. I wanted to leave a good impression, but my bad luck got in the way. How did it go wrong? They. I felt their condescending glares on my back as I walked them through the woods. Of course, I don't know whether they actually glared, but my fear got a hold of me and I led them astray. I must have blacked out. I've never gotten lost in the woods before, but this time I did. I couldn't see well, there was blood rushing in my ears, and I felt dizzy. So for some stupid reason, I led them along a path no one should ever take. Past the riverbanks of the Shivermere, home to the Mara Morgan. You know of the Mara Morgan, yes? The wrathful spirit that's known to drown men? Not sure if she really differentiates between genders, though. Clear enough. Okay. For some stupid reason, I let them right into her arms. I got scared, and in the end, they had to save me. They fought the creature, and we finally found a way out when dawn broke. The fog ebbed away. Ebbed? I couldn't look at them for the rest of the journey. And I silently bid my farewells when we reached the other side of the Ashen Grove. I was too embarrassed to speak. I'm sure I'm still the laughing stock of every one of their gatherings. How am I ever supposed to set foot in the adventuring world again? To be fair, it could have been worse. I could have led them right into the arms of the wyvern chimera that resides in Quag Mangrove. They say it has a taste for adventurers. But you didn't. But I didn't. Alright, so let's see, what's your first experience with that Hydra? Well, just the day after it arrived to guard the portal to the Dream Plane Avalon, I wanted to be polite and neighborly, so I brought it some homemade biscuits. I burned them a little in the oven, but I thought since it has fire breath, it wouldn't mind. So I approached the Amaranthian Hydra, and I have this whole speech prepared about how I'm looking forward to having it around, and how its green scales match my hat. But it was so tall and intimidating, I forgot all about what I wanted to say. So I set the biscuits down and smiled awkwardly. It looked at my biscuits, then at me, and it said, "By the rivers of the stars stands a man who reads the firmament's past. Some things are as studied as the gilded ice, some things as changing as Leviathan's sea. All chimeras hate mice, all hydras love tea." One more unlocked. Okay. I thought to myself, wow, the Amaranthian Hydra has given me a riddle. A quest. Maybe this shall be my first adventure. But I couldn't figure out the answer, so I left. And I tried to solve the riddle for 3 days. I was too ashamed to step foot in front of it again, lest it know that I was not worthy of its wisdom. But then I couldn't take it anymore, and I ran back and apologized, and I begged it for the answer. Turns out that's just how it speaks. It wanted tea. Did you get it some? Yes. Then you completed its quest. 3 days late? If it had needed an antidote, it would have been dead. It would have died. Wood halves are about as useful as an antidote when you haven't been poisoned. They change nothing. Dot dot dot. I suppose you have a point. Now, why does no one want to spend time with you? Because I'm unlucky. I'm unlucky, and whenever good things are supposed to happen, I ruin them. No matter how easy things might be, nothing seems easy enough for me. Imagine there's one nail sticking out in the whole kingdom. Everyone would pass by it except for me. I'd get caught on it and rip my coat. Did that happen once? Once? I wish it had been just once. It seems like my life only follows the path that's the most embarrassing. Or dangerous. Or dangerously embarrassing. The curse of ill luck follows me wherever I go, like an adventuring companion who secretly wants to kill you. No one wants to hang out with someone who naturally attracts bad things. You're too harsh on yourself, Abel. Am I? See, just last week I wanted to gather fresh flowers. The daffodils are blooming and they make for a nice bouquet, you know? Yeah, they do. Or hair accessories. They always calm my anxiety when I have them around. But me being me, I confuse them with their evil twin, the weeping Amaryllis. Amaryllis. Amaryllis? The weeping Amaryllis. Now, guess what I spent the whole day afterwards doing? Weeping like a baby. All day long, when I plucked them, they released their spores and I started crying. I suddenly felt all the sadness of the world rush over me. I've never been so heartbroken. I'm sorry. That sounds horrible, Fable. It was. Between the tears and the sobs, I managed to make a 10 tent cure of out of hogweed. I thought that was S there for a second. It eased the pain, but the tears wouldn't stop until dawn. I'm so silly sometimes. There's nothing wrong with picking flowers. There is if they're the wrong flowers. Imagine if I had offered them to the adventurers, or even worse, the Hydra. That would have been so embarrassing. I don't think gifting others flowers to make them a little happier is embarrassing. It would have made for a good story to laugh about together. I don't think they would have laughed about it with me, more at me. Maybe they would have laughed with you if you choose not to run away. You seem to assign a cruel sense of humor to people that haven't actually shown you such a thing yet. Not everyone thinks about you the way you think about yourself. That would be nice. Innkeeper? Yes. Do you like spending time with me? Yes, Fable, I do. Really? Well, of course. Seeing your face in my tavern brightens even the cloudiest of days. Please never stop coming around. I won't. You make me feel a lot less alone. Thank you. And that's because you're not alone. Not as long as my tavern and I are here. You better not go anywhere. Not planning on it. Anyhow, you seem to be very insecure. I think that's the biggest problem here. But how can I not be when everything I touch falls apart? And you know that isn't true. You're right. I'm a great gardener. Everything grows around me. But I see, wait, but I seem to just get smaller. Except zucchinis. I can't figure out how to grow those. So in a way, I'm like a zucchini. I'm insecure because I don't know what I'm capable of. Exactly. You'll have to find that out then. Like on a quest. Yes, like on a quest. For example, don't you think I'm a little underleveled? Do you think that will change by sitting around? I guess not. Someone has to help these people, right? What if I don't and no one else comes around? What if I'm the only chance they got? But what if I'm not? What if there's someone better? The best thing you could do is try and help them. So what if another adventurer swings by and they're able to make the situation better? Isn't that a good thing? Four hands are better than two. And who knows? You might end up forming a party. Oh, and besides, if it is a perfect hero they want, they'll be waiting forever. I didn't think about it like that. And maybe I shouldn't decide to give up before I even try. After all, I am a very fast runner, so if I screw up, I can just run away real quick. That's the spirit. Okay, I Fable, a great gardener, and future hero, charmer of nymphs, am going to embark on this quest and save the villagers. And I shall return victorious. Did I do it right? Yes. Good job. I leave the quest in your capable hands, brave adventurer. Would you like a drink to aid you on your journey? Yes. Do you have something that can make me more nimble and quiet so the werewolf can won't see me coming? Something with a lot of dexterity. If I want to wait, if I want to fight, I'm going to need that surprise round advantage. Or maybe something that can help me with diplomacy. People, but ugh. Perhaps it's just a hungry, lost lichen after all, and it needs a pep talk and a hug. Maybe we can even be friends. But I would need something with a lot of charisma for that. I will leave that choice up to you. Make sure you don't pick a random recipe. Please keep it to one of the abilities I asked for. And remember, your choice can influence my fate. It could change the entire outcome of this quest. But, but of course, I'm sure you're already aware of that. Sorry for backseat mixing. Okay, let's see. So she said something with either strength or... Okay, let's see. swiftness, or let's see. So that's either going to be a spoken heart or a swift strike. Um, okay, we're gonna do spoken heart for this one. Let me get another quick swig of my soda. Okay, see, that is what? 3 parts this. Then 1 part strength. And then... oh, no, too much. Thank you, Ando. And then a little bit of this. And spoken heart at your service. At your service. This should do it. Thank you. I feel much better. Braver. B Barming. No, wait. That sounds like I'm tending to a farm. Mm, there are a lot of farmers in Trigarin, and I'm going to protect them all. Um, talk to them until they feel better. I'm sure they can use that too. I just hope I don't have to fight anyone. No, I'll be okay. Because of your help, I'll be able to talk myself out of any situation. Thank you again. I think this drink gave me the courage I need to get started. Needed to get started. You got this, Fable. I'll try. Have some faith in yourself. Okay, I got this. Much better. Oh, I almost forgot. I was thinking about how much your words helped me yesterday, and how I have to thank you properly if I ever did end up taking a quest. So, I brought you some phoenix jellies from my garden. They seem like something you might enjoy. They possess natural magical properties. If you plant them in the right soil, they'll grow to be fire resistant. And consumption can pass that on to mortals like us? Exactly. I thought they might go well with your drinks. They will. Thank you, Fable. That's very thoughtful gift. That's a very thoughtful gift. Since I'm waiting on another shipment of infusions in a few days, I'll take a look at them all together later. Of course. I'm glad you like them. Maybe I'll order a drink with some next time. But first, I have to complete my quest. I'll see you post victor. Uh, I'll see you post victory. I hope Fable will be alright. I wonder what path their faith took. Fate took. Maybe a zesty one. I hope I was able to help. Hello, friend. Dot dot dot. You again. Me again. And who are you? Dot dot dot. Someone who wants a drink. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. What kind? Drink. Yes, yes, I get it. Could you try being more specific? That spoken one heart taste. What the fuck did I just say? We're gonna rewind and we're gonna play it. That spoken heart one tasted fine. Thank you. Alright, a spoken heart for the good friend. Let's get some charisma in there. And then some a little bit strength. A little bit this. Oh, spoken heart coming up. There you are. A spoken heart just for you. Maybe it'll help you find more words. Dot dot dot. Good attempt. Perfectly drinkable. Might make me come back for more. Might not. Thank you. Enjoy. Charming. My two favorites. Especially this motherfucker over here. Especially this fucker. Dot dot dot. Careful, you'll step on my cape. Oi, shush. Oh, oh, shush. Whatever, same thing. Greetings, travelers. How may I help you? Ugh, not another one of those empty blabblers. What, babblers? Would you prefer a different wine, or I can confidently say I'm all but empty? Hmm. That's what they all say. Seems they given you ye some more dialogue options than most, but that don't convince me just yet. I'm sorry, I don't understand. Of course not. Probably forgot to give you enough intelligence. Would surprise me if there actually was a brain inside that skull. I'm sure there is. Have you checked? No, but I can assure you I'm different from your average background character. Sure. I must agree, you look much more delicious than they usually do. Thank you, though I should let you know I'm not on the menu. And don't worry too much about him. He's a tad quirky. That's an understatement. He's been dropped on his head a little bit too many times during his lifetime. I see. That thing on your shoulder. Is it quirky too? What thing? Ah, my cape. No. Um, your cape? That's not his cape. That green fella on his shoulder is an ooze. Oh, what's left of it. And the rest of it is on you? Aye, pretty tough to clean off. May I ask how that happened? Ye just did. Okay, maybe I can offer you two a drink in exchange for the story in your names? Yes, I love stories. Well then, may I have your name? No, but I shall tell it to you. I'm Sir Alphonse Louis Frederic de Quet Toussaint. It's long for Kyle. Kyle? Kyle. Well, Kyle, what kind of drink can I offer you? Blood. Or if you're out, I would also settle for something that tastes like blood. Or looks like it. Red is my favorite color. Yeah, can totally see. And I'll look for something with red in it. That would be you. 3 parts strength. What? Then that's a little bit of dex. A little bit of charisma. And what? Yep. There. Ah, some almost blood for you, sir. Oh, thank you very kindly. That looks delicious. It also tastes delicious. Very alive. Maybe as a chaser you can let me have a bite? No. Okay. And to whom may I offer the second drink? Ray Frostgrip. Nice to meet. Yeah, yeah, Skip. Just serve me something strong. Something that feels durable, tough like the mountains or caves of Ur. One of those frost lagoons looks close enough. Come on, right up. Frost Lagoon. Okay, then that's a little bit of strength. And looks like a little bit of charisma. And there you are, Frost Lagoon at your convenience. A taste of urge just for you, valued customer number 2. Ah, are ye hitting the placeholder text? Let me try. I see ye are many things, but not a liar. Tastes like a pile of rocks, just how I like it. Huh. So, Ray, Kyle, what happened about that ooze-filled story? Fine, guess you've earned it. Alright. Picture me deep in the mountains of Dolvmere. Dolvamere. With me trusty axe and a good drink by my side. By me side. There I was, minding me own business, digging for the good stuff, you know. Hit a gold vein earlier and deemed myself the luckiest dwarf of all time. Had a real big pile of gold. Then suddenly, this big ooze comes along and gone it was. This is a very boring story. Perhaps we can go look for my cape now? It's nearly sunrise. And the sun kills ye? Oh, right. Did the ooze also eat the cape? Yes. No. Oh. Anyways, I wouldn't call myself the best warrior, but that ooze slept me gold. I had to do something. So, I took me shovel and dug and hit and dug and hit until there was nothing left of the ooze anymore. Well, almost nothing. So, did you dig out your gold? Silly food, she dug out me. And guess what he's clinging on to? The gold. Oh, yes. A big gold nugget should be enough to get me to Baruvia. And perhaps it can even get me a dandy new cape. I don't think so, sunshine. We made a deal. We had a deal. Uh, we did. Please allow me to ask a question. What was that deal? I get ye to Baruvia so ye can participate in your fancy vampire banquet, and in return, I get the gold. But what about my cape? Oh, where did you last see your cape? Don't even bother, it's a lost cause. We've looked everywhere on our way here. Fought cursed chests, many-eyed monstrosities, undead goons. And I start to wonder where in his life did this man put his cape? Where everyone puts their cape. Do you know where I put me capes? Where? In a wardrobe! Oh, so you can wear it inside the wardrobe blend? What? No. Kyle, maybe we can find someone to retrieve your cape for you? We could? Phenomenal! I could put... I could... I could put out a quest for you, but for that we need a little more information. And good luck with that. First, I need to know where you last saw your cape. I was getting ready to go to the annual banquet hosted by Lord Stratton Baruvia. While getting dressed, I realized I couldn't find my cape. My first thought, of course, cannot find it. The cape of invisibility is playing tricks on me. It's quite moody sometimes, which is truly unfortunate when you want to wear it for an important event. Uh, did my music stop playing? Okay, it was just really freaking low. Hold on, let me hear. Let me. Okay. Okay. Oh, what was that last one? We all know how important a fancy cape is for flaunting your vampire status. Of course. Then what was the last vampire event ye wore the cape to? Dot dot dot. My wedding. Your wedding? When I married my sweet Evelyn, I simply had to wear my most treasured cape to show how important she was to me. Evelyn, the vampiric Countess Evelyn residing in Morrow Castle? And that would be her. Congratulations. Are you still married? Ugh, of course not. Every inch of her body. Turns out she just wanted... Spit it out, leech. Oh, what? My cape? Ah, rats, here we go again. My sweet Evelyn stole my cape. What now? That little mean vicious beautiful beast, her. That thief of thieves robbed me of my most precious possession. Wouldn't that be your heart? No, I had that taken out centuries ago. But my cape, I can never live without that. Oh, sweet, sweet Evelyn, how can you do this to me? I trusted her with all I had. That's rough, buddy. Perhaps innkeeper. That's your name, right? Sure. Do you think there's a courageous adventurer out there, brave enough to retrieve my precious cape for me? I'm afraid that my sweetest Evelyn will kill me on sight if I ever set foot in her villa again. Yes, I think I can find such an adventurer. We're setting up that search right now. So, where can a brave adventurer find Morrow Castle? Deep past the abyss of dread, at the foot of the mountain range, at the foot of a mountain range that looks like a witch's bosom, towers the mansion of my dear Evelyn, Queen of Darkness, Temptress of Men, Flamenco champion of 1467. The right hero should be able to outsmart her and escape with their life. But be wary, she bites. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. And she may be invisible now. Alright, I think I got everything I need. I'll write up a quest for you. I'm sure you'll have your cape back in no time. I hope so. That reminds me. Not another cursed monologue. Innkeep, quickly, another drink. I don't think I can make it through another tale of woe without some artificial stamina. I need another lagoon. I'll see what I can do. Another lagoon. The parts decks, one part string, and last but not least the charisma. Alright, some liquid stamina for a valued guest. Let me try. Duh, duh, duh. You got it right again. I might even last till dayfall with this. Kyle, would you like another drink as well? No, I cannot drink. What? I cannot drink now that I am consumed with the thought of my love's betrayal. Oh, it ails me so. Everything ails ye. The whole way here ye were complaining about having to walk. My bat form doesn't work like it used to. I'm out of practice and the slime weighs heavy on my shoulders. And my back is all itchy. But the dragons, could it be because you insisted on sunbathing? Oh right. Innkeeper, do you have any drink to protect me from the sun? Perhaps something that would also moisturize my delicate skin? I'm afraid not. Oh, that reminds me, my Aunt Matilda used to harness the power of chimera saliva for sun protection. A chimera? A thing? A beast made out of several animals? Got three heads and all, made by the dragons to god Gaia. Likes to eat people for breakfast. I'm aware, I just didn't know its saliva could be so useful. Ah. If Oh my god. Oh, okay. If only I hadn't eat that delicate bear chimera in the Scarlet Caves, I could have asked for a sample of its saliva. I'm sure that would have gone over well. Actually, I might know where to find one. Really? Will you get it for me? No. Oh, what are you looking at me like that? Wait, why are you looking at me like that? Miss Frostgrip, dearest Ray, perhaps you can alter our deal? Oh, nay, forget it. I ain't going. With nothing on me but a shovel and an ooze grip. Wait, an ooze goop. I'd be no match for such a beast. No problem, I can make it another quest for my trusted board. And when will it be done? Uh, tell me, when can I walk among the mortals glistening in the glistening sunlight once more? As soon as a fearless adventurer picks it up and succeeds, especially that part. Splendid, do you hear that? A quest just for me. Let's leave it at two. Say, Enki, while we wait for someone to do this work, to do his work for him, do ye perhaps have a room or two? Possibly a room with without sunlight. Wouldn't want Snow White to go up flames over here. I don't know why I keep going through different accents for this bitch. Sure thing. I got a couple of barred up rooms. You can stay there. How much? You can pay when you leave. Grand. Seems like they gave you more personality than usual. Keep it up. And maybe you'll have a real girl one day. Wait, maybe you'll become a real girl one day. Thank you. Enjoy your stay. You too, tasty creature. Right, the one thing that stands a chance between. Hmm, okay, okay, cheap. I'll get these three. Um, According to the Emerthian Hydra, a chimera's hatred for mice is universal truth. Or maybe it just rhymes with mice? Wait, rhymes with ice. Who can say? The one thing that stands a chance against the cooling curse of the sun is chimera saliva. There we go. I hope everyone is still doing well. Don't forget to hydrate, go get a snack, some food, take your meds, alright? Alright, day 3, new friends and former enemies. 59th of the wake. My shipment of infusions finally arrived this morning. I now have access to some no, to some fey crystals and frozen pine cones. Together with Fable's Phoenix chilies, I have 3 infusions now. I'll unpack them later when I have some time. I have a feeling they'll be of use. Ah, Lynn and Fable. Hello. So, Enki, a drink for me and this Linky pal. It's good to see you too, man. She meant to say please. Welcome back, Fable. You look alive. Thank you. I am. That seems like a given. I'm just happy to see them doing well. And with a friend. We ain't friends. We're not? Dot dot dot. So you two didn't form a party? No. Oh. Then what's the drink about? Mm, they may be very annoying, but they did just help me solve a family feud of 10 years. So I do owe them some of your dishwater at the very least. Family feud? I wouldn't call it a feud, more of a miscommunication. No, it was a feud. I feel like feud implies a certain level of hostility. I was gonna kill him. I thought that was a joke. It wasn't. Oh, but no one died? No. Elfie here was able to prevent that. It's Fable. Whatever. Does this perchance have something to do with your quest? It does. I stopped her from killing the werewolf. Elaborate, please? I was going to kill the werewolf. They stopped me from killing the werewolf. What's not to get? A lot. I think she's confused because the quest was to save the village from the werewolf. And now it sounds like I saved the werewolf from you. Which I did. Kind of. I also remember you saying you didn't want the quest to win. I didn't. Was there by chance. They were both stealing sheep. Was not? Sure was. Adventuring don't pay what it used to. So you steal other people's sheep? Mind your own business. How did any of this succeed? How did any of this succeed to lead to a successful quest? Oh, hold on. Give me a minute. How did any of this lead to a successful quest? Well, where do I start? How about at the beginning? Right. I was born on a half crescent dreaming moon of the quest fable. Oh, right, the quest. Traveling there was no trouble. I know enough shortcuts to travel through the Ashen Grove swiftly. I reached the borders of Trigarin right around dusk. The Ashen Grove thins out around there, and you can catch a glimpse of the wide fields and vineyards as well as see one farm from wait, one farm after the other. Um, an idyllic sight, well, at least before sunset. Do you have any trouble in the dark? Emotionally? Visually? Uh, a little. I mean, I reckon I can still see more than a human could, but darkness is darkness, and I'm no owl. Uh, thank gods. You're already weird enough. Imagine the damage you'd do if you could turn your head all the way around. Fun fact for chat. Owls can, in fact, turn their heads around like in the movies, but it is not a full 360, obviously, because that would snap their necks. It is only 270 degrees that they can do it. So they can turn their heads from looking in front of them to looking behind them. It's very cool and very weird. Another fun fact while we're on it, owls actually funnily enough do not have eyeballs per se. They're more like tubes that they're looking through basically. Who says I can't? Dot dot dot. Just kidding. Dot dot dot. Anyway, luckily darkness doesn't affect my hearing. Uh, Not the normal kind. Oh, what? Nothing. Okay. Um, I heard a creaking fence and footsteps that were failing to keep quiet. Your ears are failing at being small, ma'am. So I snuck closer and saw a werewolf-esque shape picking up a tiny sheep. I was petting it. Oh, well, I thought she was going to eat it, so I summoned up all my courage and stepped out of the shadows, and I said, "Good evening, werewolf. Please put that sheep. Please put the wait. Please put down the sheep." Huh. I didn't expect them to be entirely in their right mind, of course, but I wanted to be polite. And I thought it might confuse her, and maybe that would help calm her down. It confused me all right. Who the heck sees a werewolf and the first thing they do is greet them? A polite person. Child, no, trust and believe. Even a polite person is gonna not do that. They're gonna draw their sword and be ready and be like, "Hey, put that down. What are you doing?" Quick stretch. Or an insane one. That right there. It worked, didn't it? because I ain't no werewolf. He wasn't that different. But I'm skipping ahead. And to my surprise, instead of a growl, the werewolf, or not werewolf, responded with, "What?" So the confusion plan had worked, but I hadn't really expected that response. So I said again, "Please put down the sheep." And she asked, "Why?" And I said, "Well, because stealing sheep isn't very nice." And she asked who I was. No, I asked, "Who are you, a guard?" I was about to introduce myself when we heard this blood-curdling howl. It sounded like someone had ripped a hole into into the fabric of reality and then pierced it with a horrible yell. Please, it was barely a bark, and it made the blood freeze in my veins. I heard panting and heavy footsteps, and I barely dared to turn around. You turned around immediately, and when I did, I stared into the twisted face of a werewolf, yellow gleaming eyes, gleaming with jaundice, sharp teeth, giant claws. He looked like he wanted to eat me right up. He did. But before I could beg for mercy, suddenly something rushed past me and lunged at the werewolf. When I regained my composure, Cyrlin and the werewolf were on the ground, fighting tooth and nail. And the sheep you were holding? Obviously, I set it down at that point. Good. So, you went to Fable's 8? No, that ain't it. I noticed the werewolf's flannel rags. They were blue, checkered, and had an uneven print. Just like the kind of stuff Uncle Dragon wears. That old fucker, I'm guessing. Fucker, asshole. Hey, why can't I say that? Asshole. What the fuck? Youth protection. The age rating system is quite harsh. Fuck. Ah. Anyway, it was dressed like Uncle Dragon, smelt like Uncle Dragon, fought like him too. I was joking when I brought it up before, you know? Haven't seen that old man in years, was coping about it by joking. That's the only way I can talk about him these days. Because of the feud? Yes. He used to be my favorite uncle, but then he changed. Became irritable and angry, distant. Fought a lot with Uncle Fredor. Cared more about the moon than he did his own family. Eventually he just left, ran away without a word, left us and Uncle Fedor behind, worried senseless. Until we found a letter saying not to look for him and all their savings missing. Swore I was, swore I was gonna kill him if I ever saw him again. Always thought he just couldn't face up to his problems. Turns out his solution was to get those problems as far as away wait, problems as far away from everyone as possible. Idiot. Did you talk it out with your fists? I tried, but Elfie stopped me. Glad they did. How did you figure that out? Well, she was yelling at him. I didn't understand half of it, but I could tell she was angry and hurt. I tried to get their attention by telling them to stop, but they wouldn't listen, so I shot an arrow right next to both their heads. My aim was a little shaky, so I did graze Mr. Dragan's ear, but it got them to stop for long enough to start listening to me. I threatened them that if they didn't stop to talk, I would shoot them both. I, I would have never done that, of course. But they must have believed me because they actually stopped to listen. Looked mighty scary, that little pal. Thank you. I sat them down and did my best to uh, be an insurmountable obstacle between them. If they wanted to fight, they would have to go through me. That sounds rather dangerous. 'Twas. Wouldn't have stopped for them. What? You're the size of a stick. You think you can stop two angry werewolves? Oh, well, anyway, I used the opportunity to figure out what was going on. And that's how I found out about Mr. Dragan and Searland and the miscommunication feud. The feud, sure. Turns out that after Mr. Dragan was turned, he was too ashamed to admit it. But he couldn't stop the changes and ended up hurting the people he cared about. That's no excuse, of course. No, it ain't. If we had known, we'd have helped him best we could. At the very least, we would have built a sturdy shed with scratch-proof walls for full moons. He didn't think that would have happened, though. So he decided to fix the problem by leaving, deal with it alone, and so on. But that only made it worse. Of course, he was too embarrassed to come back, so he just focused on the whole werewolf thing and not any human things. Or Vukakin things, so to speak. Trying to find a cure, trying to avoid the moon, trying to find a place to sleep. Stealing sheep. That's something they have in common. The sheep? No, the stubbornness. And the unwillingness to ask for help. But the sheep too. Da, da, da. But they have to talk about. Wait, they had to talk about it. The silent resentment wasn't good for either of them. And you got them to do that? The little stick is oddly persuasive. Had us talking about it before I even realized I didn't want to. Maybe because you did want to? Maybe. How'd it go? Fine. We'll take some time to accept his apology. We'll have to see him change first and apologize to Uncle Freda and the rest. But it was good to see him again. I guess a hug did feel better than a great sword in his gut. Wonderful. Of course, there's still a problem with the whole werewolf thing. Idiot got so obsessed with the cure he still can barely control himself. We helped him realize that even a cure couldn't change what he'd done. That he was has to accept he's different now and learn how to live again. Of course, it won't be easy. No change ever is. I learned that from you. But we have a great group. We have a group of werewolves living near our settlement. A small community that enjoys the company of our warm trees. We play charades with them a lot, and they taught me about the phases of the seven moons and secret of the moon signs. That sounds like a bunch of bullshit. It's real. You're a crescent moose. We introduced Mr. Dragan to them, and they promised they would take him in and help him deal with the lycanthropy. That sounds great. It is. It's a happy ending. I wouldn't call it an ending, rather the beginning of something new. So the end of one adventure is the beginning of another one? Exactly. I like that. Da, da, da. So, after your heroic therapy session, you two decided to grab a drink together and got off to spend the day at the settlement, but they don't serve anything strong enough for my taste. Plus, Elfie was dying to get back here. Was talking about how they needed to update you on everything nonstop, and would think they lived here or something. I had to report back about the quest. I'm glad you did. And they also started crafting something with werewolves. Ah, said something about said something about it being for you, Inky. Oh, really? Yeah. It's not finished yet, but I'll let you know, I promise. That wasn't that hard, was it? Well, so a drink. What can I offer you, Lynn? Surprise me with something that fits my brawn. Alright. By which I mean make me the usual. Strength never gets old. Alright, so you are going for the Southern Brawler. Give a little undo. Okay. And then a little bit this. Then a little bit Chris. And you're all set. Ready to go. Once of the Brawler. Surprise! Not bad. You should do this professionally. Uh, I'll think about it. Um, pardon. I know that I'll think about it as sarcasm, but still, like, bro, come on. Huh. Alright, Fable, what about you? Do you have something that'll calm me down? Maybe even bring some of my agility back? Like a swift strike back to... Wait, my senses. I've had a stressful day, night, morning, sequence of events. Swift strike. Child. Hey, quick. Stop that. I see you play. Don't. No, 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 no. Hey, psst, no. Fuck cat. Gotta get cat please up in here. Alright, here you go. Thank you. Dot, dot, dot. Wow, this is perfect. You look tired. Have you considered sleep? They do look like they're going to pass out any second. And so do you. Maybe sleep is a good idea. Sarah, do you have a place to sleep? I can sleep anywhere. It's a talent. It's depressing. I have a room available. You can stay there. Uh, Sounds good. How much? I'll count it as a payment for you to help with for your help with the quest. Wait, I'll count it as payment for your help with the quest. Fine. Later, Elfie. See you later. Uh, are you heading home, Fable? Yes, I've been gone for a whole day. I need to get back and make sure everything is still growing correctly. Maybe take a nap first. Yes, that too. Did you enjoy your first quest? I did. It was scary and different from what I expected. And I didn't know what I was good at pretending to be charming. Have you considered you weren't pretending? Hmm. You did well, Fable. Thank you. I hope that wasn't my only adventure. I think this is just the beginning. That would be nice. Do you think I'm going to save the world one day? That's a very tall order. You're right. I'm not cut out for that. I didn't say that. I would just prefer it if the world didn't end. Right. But if it does, you're the first person I'd ask for help. Maybe you should ask Cyrlin first. But I'm happy to be second. We'll see. Let's hope we won't. I like this world. And have a point. We shouldn't hope for such a calamity. Even if it would make more for a good, wait, even if it would make for a good song. Or sad. Or both. I'm going to head home now. Do that. I'll stock up on quests for you. Can't wait. See you soon. See you soon. Bye, Fable. And the hood's off. Hello, friend. Good evening to you too. This quest wasn't here yesterday. That is correct. Mm, it seems dangerous. It is. And mysterious. Sure. Like me. You could be a little less mysterious by telling me your name. Zephyr. Did the wind carry you in? No. My legs. I want that quest. Well, you can have it. Not just literally. Physically. Emotionally. Emotionally? Um, I want to take on that quest. Go to the castle to get the cape. I mean, yes. Hmm. Well, no one has gone to the castle yet, so if someone would like to go, they would be welcome to. So, you know of the castle? Yes? It seems strange. It is. A vampire lives there. I heard rumors, whispering, of a strange, fiendish woman residing there. Well, what a coincidence. Me too. Has she ever frequented your tavern? No, not recently. But she has. Once. Had a vampire mixer. Interesting. So she was only here at night? Yes. Would you say she was unnaturally pale? No, she had a lot of makeup on, but below the mask. You sure? Get yes? Would guess she looks pretty dead below that. What kind of drink did she order? Blood. Interest. You sell blood? Of course. Whose blood? Did you hear about the wolves avoiding the castle? Really? All of them? Yes. She has a lot of werewolf traps set up, but all the animals seem to steer clear of Morrow Castle. They said its doors are always locked, so nothing can go inside or leave. And anything that tries to merges into her land in one way or another. As a grave, a pile of decorative bones, dirt feeding rotting flowers. They say death clings to her doorstep like everlasting melody. It sounds like a strange place. Like a tomb for something still alive. A tomb, oh my god. Or for a goth. Goth or vampire, she seems to be a thief. It appears so. Do you not sympathize with that? Thievery is an honorable skill, but it must be performed in secret. Or you're not worth the coin you pocket. Also, stealing a man's cape is just plain rude. Actually, very much so agree with that. I suppose. Only thing worse than stealing a man's... I, only thing worse than that is stealing a man's hat. Not if it's cursed. Especially then. Point is, if you can't defend yourself from having your trophies reclaimed, you must live with consequences. The consequences being you? Exactly. Definitely sounds like you know what you're doing. Of course I do. I'm one with the shadows and the wind. Gone before you even notice I'm there. So, could you easily swipe something else along with the cape? Wait, so you could easily swipe something else along with the cape, right? Certainly. Gold, gemstones, other treasures, whatever pay the bills. What about some interior decoration? Like what, for example? Just something to pretty up my tavern a little bit. Maybe something useful that doubles as a decoration. Like a chair. Stealing Hotel sounds like a little too ambitious for your first quest with me. A little too ambitious for your quest with me. I'd prefer something smaller, like a little trinket. My walls are still a bit empty. No, wait, you're being serious. Absolutely. A memento that once belonged to an eccentric vampire sounds like a wonderful addition to the tavern. I'll see what I can do. You won't be disappointed. Well then, I trust you to deliver yourself to her doorstep with the cape and wait, to her doorstep and then the cape back to me, along with the neat little addition to my interior design. Sounds like I'll need a few stamps. Would you like some? No, too traceable. How about a drink then? Yeah, I could do with one of those. I heard your drinks inspire transformations of great magnitude. Allows allow you to dip into parts of yourself that you weren't previously aware of. Raise yourself from your shadow. Say, what do you trade them for? Hmm? How about jokes? A joke? Yes, a joke. That's not. I'm not. I don't do jokes. Then I don't do drinks, I'm afraid. How do explorers hide their treasure? How? By dragging them to a safe location. Oh, right, I feel bad for you. You may have one of my renowned drinks, and some of my renowned infusions. In fact, I've got a fresh shipment today and was finally able to unpack them. Infusions. Intriguing. What vile magic do you have to offer? For your purpose, I think you could benefit from either some fey crystals or frozen pine cone. The frozen pine cones have absorbed some of the nature's icy properties. They can help you form magical frost barrier that will hurt those trying to harm you. The fey crystals held strength from Avalon, allegedly. If consumed, they'll turn you invisible eventually, and for a bit. The duration is a bit unpredictable. I've also got some phoenix chilies, but I think those would be very useful for your situation. But I don't think those would be useful for your situation. Interesting. So, what dark depths of yourself are you trying to explore? I fear that Lady Evelyn may be one of the undead nature. So I must be strong and vigorous if I want my stake in her heart before her fangs near my neck. Though that does sound appealing. Oh, sir, it does. It sure does. Strength I can do. And some frost armor should help with the fangs. Or perhaps the smarter route would to evade her wrath entirely. To out-stealth her and steal the cape from right under her pale nose, so that she may lie in the shame of having lost against me. I think such an approach would require a certain amount of dexterity, and some invisibility could help staying unseen should my speed and agility not be enough. Help me with the decision, Innkeep. Your wisdom is no joke, is it? Hmm. Now that I have access to infusions, I have to be careful with how much. Wait, I have to be careful of how they interact with other ingredients. They might alter the drink in a way where I have to use different ingredients than usual. I should make sure to keep an eye on the coaster shape so that I mix the correct recipe. Maybe I should try adding an infusion first and adjust the drink from there. Let's give it a try. Okay, so strength with the ice infusion. Okay, hold on. Okay, in the middle. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, and then a little dex. And then a little charisma. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, no, hold on. This. Pour a little out. No, I didn't mean to pour that much out. And then more strength. Okay, nope. Let's start that over. Here you go, Wanda. Okay, strength goes all the way to the end. There we go. Alright, here you go. A drink that all vampires fear. Okay, give me a quick second, y'all, because I want to do that. There we go. There. It's Liquid Sunrise. Not quite, but that's a good name. May I steal it? You don't have to ask permission before you steal something, Enki. Then it's no longer a clever ruse, but a mere trade. I see. Did you hear about my new drink, the Liquid Sunrise? Good one. Tastes like the sun, a cold sun. Shall I strike her, and I shall strike her down as such. The sun? Evelyn. Ah, that makes more sense. Goodbye, Inky. I would say pray that the sun will carry me back to you, but my hopes do not lie with the realm keepers, and I shall be damned if they control my fate. Expect to see me again after the next sunfall. If you don't, speak of vengeance. Vengeance makes for an early grave, or for a good story. Farewell. Dot dot dot. Or for a bitter end. Alright, so we've got Kyle and okay, so let's see. Ray Frostgrip is a 175-year-old dwarf. She, her pronouns. She is a blacksmith from lawful neutral alignment with an arcana of the world. Ray is a hot-headed dwarf and pretty rough around the edges. She's not a fan of meaningless copy, paste, and PC talk, or whatever any of that means. and seems to have caught herself a lost vampire while digging for gold. Unfortunately, or so she claims, she is now stuck with him. All right, we've got Alphonse wait, Louis Frederic Duquesne de Seng, or Kyle for short. He is a vampire. His age is unknown. He, him pronouns. He is from Oridu. Not sure where the hell that is, but eh. Chaotic neutral, and his arcana is the Fool. A peculiar visitor looking everywhere for his beloved cape. However, it seems that he has definitely lost more than just that. Possibly a few of his memories and his marbles. He was once married to Lady Evelyn, a vampire countess residing in Morrow Castle and enjoys sunbathing. Maybe a bit too much. Alright, and Zephyr. Air Echo, age 25. He, they pronouns. Rogue. Background Themis, chaotic good, an arcana of the moon. Saphir is a difficult character, to say the least. They're so caught up in their own fantasies of an edgy rogue that they seem to be stuck talking or brooding like one too. He likes all things dangerous and mysterious, or at least he pretends he does. Alright, a wolf on detours. That is done. That is done. That is done. Okay. Okay. Alright. Hello, Lynn. I'm taking this quest and a drink. Great. Did you sleep well? Huh? Sleep. How was it? Ah, fine. Too long. Didn't sleep that much in ages. Sounds like you needed it. No, your beds are too comfortable. It was hard to get up. Of course, my apologies. I'll make sure to take your feedback into consideration. Would you like to drink as a drink as compensation? Think I already said that. Maybe something strong that will wake me up and keep me up too. Kidoki. Okay. One Southern Brawler coming up. Something strong coming right up. That is strong. Just the right amount of too much. Maybe I should call this drink the Searling. No, you shouldn't. Anyway, the quest. Yes, the quest. I'm taking it. So you said. Dot dot dot. I see it's my turn to make conversation. I miss Fable. Isn't a bit too soon for another quest? You just returned. It's been a few hours since I've done anything but sleep, chat, and drink. I'm getting a bit antsy. If I sit still for too long, it feels like my bones are disintegrating and I forget who I am. I think that's called boredom. It's torture. That's it. Well, boring is not what I would call this quest in the slightest. Stealing from a chimera for vampire sunscreen couldn't get more reckless than that. Could by taking Elfie along. Fair point. Please don't. I won't. So the saliva's for a vampire? Vampire sunscreen. Can a vampire get their chimera goo themselves? It's a wyvern chimera. Vampires and fire don't mix too well. Also, if everyone just did their own quest, the quest economy would be in shambles. I suppose that'd be terrible for your business. Uh, Only 50-50. I still have drinks I make, so. Indeed. Have you ever encountered a chimera before? No, not a real one. Got me thinking, ain't it kinda blasphemous to steal from a draconic guardian? Depends. Are you religious? Guess not. And then no. Would it be if I was? Hmm, don't think so. Chimeras steal riches all the time, and they were created to be guardians by the protectors of the realms. So, stealing something to protect someone else seems in line with the doctrine. Good thing you ain't a priest. You you do a piss poor job. Thank you. Is blasphemy what you're most worried about? I ain't worried. Okay. Nervous? Ain't that either. Then what is it? Excitement, I suppose. Excitement? Don't laugh. I'm not laughing. I'm asking. Ah, yes, excitement. I've never encountered a guardian before, and I've always sort of wanted to. Stretch. Why haven't you? Ain't exactly easy to find one, or to survive one. This seems like a great opportunity for you then. It is. What's it about Guardians? It's less about the Guardians and more about what created it. And maybe more about the Chimera. No, more about the Chimera. It's got dragon head, right? Yes, modeled after its creator, I would guess. So let me rephrase that. What is it about dragons and chimeras with dragon heads? They're cool. Hmm. Also, I clicked. When I was little, my baba used to tell me bedtime stories about the dragons every night. She was a great adventurer and encountered many of their creations on her journey. Not sure if it's true, but she always claims she met each of the realm keepers themselves. Had little keepsakes from them all, and all. My sword's one of those. Passed it on to me before she passed? Left. Well, one day she was gone. I think she wanted to spend her last moments somewhere else. And I'd like to think she visited one of her dragons one last time. Your family has leaving problems. And at least she left our savings alone. That sword and her stories are all I have left of her. And going on this quest, it almost feels like I'm stepping in a memory of hers. Did she ever tell you about the Wyvern Chimera? No, was the only one she never encountered. Had quarrels with those feline ones. different varieties of scales, even a cow one, I think, but never found a wyvern one in all her years. It would have been nice to be able to tell her the story when I return. If I return. I'm sure you will. You can tell the story to me. I don't know if I make for a good bubba, but I do enjoy a good tale. I'll think about it. You already got me talking too much. This is you talking too much? So you like dragons? I do. They're fascinating creatures. Very interesting. Very magical. They are fascinating and magical. Used to pretend I was one when I was little. Really wanted their magic and their wings. I mean, the rings are pretty fucking cool. You can just ask them for their magic. Not sure about their wings. We're going 50-50 on that magic, though, because there's no guarantee that they'll actually give it to you, though. I ain't a priest either. Besides, I'm a warrior. Don't, don't do all that magic shit. Why not? I like my sword and muscles. They're a good combo. Good! Something fell. Don't worry about it. Okay, let me move that right there before it falls again. Put that right there. Okay, let's see, what was I? Alright. And I don't need to rely on anyone. Not even dragons. A little help will never hurt anybody. A little self-resilience don't either. Touche. If you say so. Doesn't mean does that mean you don't want a drink to pep you up, Lynn? Didn't say that. I see. That doesn't count as help. It's prepayment for me taking on your quest. Sure. And you'll be happy to hear that I have some incredible infusions to offer that could greatly help with your quest. Nah, that sounds unnecessarily complicated. Let's keep it simple. Alright, what can I get you then? I reckon a little boost for this body couldn't hurt. Heard they're quick and toothy, so I need to be hardy for its bite. Some defense would come in handy. Something for the brain. Baba talked quite a lot about how much they enjoy a good ruse. Maybe I can outsmart it with the right play. But I need some intelligence for that. Wouldn't be risking it all on a bad idea. It's Phil. Are you sure you don't want any infusions? Just a little bit of Phoenix chili would make you fire resistant. That could be very useful in the fight. Dragons, you're stubborn. Sure, I'll try one. And on the topic of trickery, no, one is enough. Either you mix dexterity with your weird chilies, or you go heavy on the intelligence. Don't make any, like, don't need any more of your fancy tricks. I don't care which one you pick. That's your job. Figure it out. Okay, let's see. Right, no, so let's see. Frost Lagoon. Oh yeah, that is. Okay, and then we're gonna go for the Phoenix chilies with that. Strength, dex, whatever. Okay, this is the strength. Let's add just a bit of that there. Actually, no. Damn it. Okay, I think that's all in. And then a little of this. Figured it out. Thanks. Feeling tougher already and dangerously close to catching fire myself. Think I could almost take on a dragon like this? Let's stay grounded. How urgent is that sunscreen? Pretty urgent. The sun tends to not take a break even for vampires. And maybe he should sunbathe less then. It might solve his problems. It might. But when has an easy solution ever been fun? Good point. I'll see what I can do. Maybe they can get some mice in that mangrove. Maybe they get some mice in that mangrove. Oh my god. Good luck. Won't be needing it. And I'll be waiting to hear of your exploits upon your return. Ando. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can. Alright, let's see. I think that's 4. I'm very bad at Roman numerals, so. No, wait, hold on. Continue. Okay, we'll go for a little longer. So I usually do 3.5 hours. We'll go for a little longer. Oh, hello. Hey, Inkeep. Hey, Chrissy. Long time no see. It's so true. I've been pretty busy this hatching season. A lot to do. Yeah, the birds seem to be in a slight uproar, like something is amiss. I just can't figure out what. Animals often have a sixth sense, you know? They do indeed. Anyways, hand over a drink, will you? Of course. What'll it be this time? Something for the wits again? You know me well. Too well, I guess. That's the curse of being a regular. Eventually I'll have you all figured out. Hmm. I hate to disappoint you, but you're wrong today. Am I now? Yes, I'm quite confident in my capabilities of my mind and wits. Of course. So, what I'll need instead is something to protect me from weather or foe, so I'm steeled for any situation. That makes sense. I'll see what I can do. Okay, so you need some defense. And a little bit of strength. Just a little bit of charisma. And boom, Frost of the Lagoon coming your way. Liquid steel, just a bit more digestible. This is exactly what I need for my trip. Where are you headed, anyways? Oh, to the island of Boreas. I wanted to reconnect with my friends at the National Borean Art Convention. Isn't Boreas difficult to reach? Not exactly a place known for its population. Uh, the convention is especially for creatures like sylvan spirits, trolls, and the like. They'll also be electing the scariest monster for the next issue of Screech Magazine. That sounds exciting. Uh, It'll be a sight to behold for sure. But do you know what I'm most excited about? Nymphs. No, they're pretty, don't get me wrong, but definitely not the reason I'm going to Boreas. That'd be Fable's reason. You're so right. If you happen to meet a nymph, greet them for me. Sure. Now that we know what I'd be excited for, what about you? The geysers and the hot springs, especially around this time of year, when the mornings are still a bit chilly. The sun tickles the sky on the horizon. That sounds lovely. I'm sure those things will be nice. Wait, will be a nice muse too. Bet I'm bringing an extra set of paints this time so I can wait, so I don't run out again. Yeah, they're right there. Not over there. Bro, why are you coming this way? Cause you're getting ready to knock the goddamn camera over, my guy. Lay down somewhere. Not right there. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Go a direction. That's not over here. Please. Fucking hell, man. I mean, Fable taught me how to make some from flowers and berries, but Borean flora is unsuitable for things like that. Seems like you're well prepared either way. Absolutely. Whew. Okay, I needed a deep breath right there. Asthma, man. How are the birds doing apart from being in distress? Well, the cinnamon green cheeked concours are going up to be such a lovely bunch. I can't wait to release them back into the wild once they're strong enough. With your care, they'll be ready in a heartbeat. I'm guessing you're taking Ruby and Merlin along to the convention? Of course. As for the others, I obviously can't take them with me, but I asked Fable to look after everyone. In exchange, I'll teach them how to grow zucchini. Speaking of which, I wanted to leave my keys under their doormat. Sorry for the short stay, but I gotta hurry or else I'll miss my boat. It's quite a walk from their treehouse. And you don't want to have to compensate me for that, do you? I wouldn't mind, but also I don't want you to be late for your convention. Well then, so long and keep. See you soon. Fable. Good evening. Good evening, Fable. Did you have a good day? I did. I visited Mr. Dragan and the other werewolves. Told them about Cerulean's quest and the Wyvern Chimera. Oh, so you heard about that? She told me before she left. In case She told me some things to pass on to Mr. Dragan that I can't repeat here. I think she's happy he's back. I think so too. Did you have tea with the werewolves? Of course. We had a grand time together. I mentioned how much fun I had with the moon signs. So they taught me more about the stars and their hidden meanings. Well, which stars? Both sets. They specialize in Cassiopeia. The night sky constellations on the astral plane and all. But they have one astrologer who knows a lot about their reflections in the pool of the primordial sea. And she promised to teach me about that too. I can't wait to learn about how the sea mirrors how the sea mirrors echoes and distorts the constellations. That's how she pitched it. Exciting, right? Very. That's what I thought. So, well, what is it, Fable? I may or may not have finished that little gift I was talking about yesterday. Or rather, that Sarah Lynn was talking about. You know, the little keepsake from my time with the werewolves? Yes, I recall. Um, a reminder of my very first successful quest. I just didn't know if you like trinkets. Oh, I like trinkets. What is it? Hold on. What was that? Wait. Okay. Yes, I recall. I just didn't know. No, wait. No, if you, I like trinkets. Oh, what is it? Okay, what is it? It's a piece of embroidery of a constellation. The werewolves taught me how to do it. While an astrologer told us stories and myths about the stars and their twin reflections. I imagine it to be a constellation from faraway Rome. I call it the Little Dipper. Let's see. It does look a bit like a Little Dipper. Using a lot of imagination. Who knows? Maybe there's a world out there with this exact configuration of stars in the night sky. There might be. Maybe the Little Dipper is part of a larger constellation. A bear, for example. A bear? And Keep, I think you might be the one dreaming something up now. Most likely. Are you fond of the stars surrounding us? Mm, I do like to watch them from time to time. Oh, really? Do you prefer the stars of the astral or the primordial sea? Primordial sea. Oh, really? Somehow that fits. Your magic reminds me of it. A mere coincidence. You'll have to give me your birth data soon so I can calculate your birth chart. If if that's okay with you, of course. It is. I'll write it down for you. That's great. Thank you. I think you may be a jackdaw. Are you? We'll see. We will. Until then, care for a drink to wind down? Or something more zesty, perhaps? A drink, please. I think I figured out how to make my own zest. I'm happy to hear that, Fable. But drinks. Not sure how to make those just yet, especially those with the right balance. I'll still have to make the rounds around the grove later. So could you make me something that'll keep me awake and agile? Do you think You know me well enough to guess what I might need? Ah, I'm already on it. Thank you. One moment. Let's get that swift strike going. Get a little bit of that Dex up in there. A little bit of that Chris. Was it not Chris? Uh, there we go. It looked like it was going more towards the Chris. But there we go. Swift strike. Swift strike, swift strike. Here you go. Thank you. This is delicious. You always know what I need. I think you may also need a break. So maybe stay a while before heading back. That sounds like a good idea. I'll just idle here for a bit if that's okay. Always. Enjoy your rest, Fable. Thank you. Now, if it isn't Kyle. Greetings, Inky. Greetings, Kyle. Greetings, green creature. Greetings, Mr. Vampire. Oh, how polite. Are you enjoying your drink? I am, thank you. Then shall I leave you to its inspiring... Well, then I shall leave you to its inspiring aftertaste. Innkeep, say, did you move your inn by any chance? It took me hours to find it. I did not. Are you sure? I believe new alleyways may have formed themselves around your establishment. Within, with winding paths and dark corners. Anything could be hiding within them. Like a vampire? No, silly snack. I don't need to hide. Except for during games of hide and seek. I'm very good at those. Maybe the inn wanted to play around with you. Um, mayhaps, but but it underestimated my skill. I had a stroke right there. As three-time hide and seek world champion, I would never lose to such a youngling of an inn. It's not that young. The wood isn't even rotting yet, dear innkeep. It still has many eons ahead of it. I like the sound of that. As a celebration of a match well won, maybe I can offer you a drink? May I offer you a drink? Yes. I think that would be well deserved. Has that delicious blood of yours made it to the menu yet? No, not yet. Shame. Then shall I have some of that faux blood again? It does make my bones feel more sturdy. Coming right up. Right, that was, I believe, the Southern Brawler that I made for him. So let's get some strength up in there. Feed Andu. Okay, there we go. Get a little bit of this in there. And then just a little bit of that. And the boob. Some faux blood for your bones. Enjoy. Ah, this is perfect, Inky. The only thing that could make me happier would be a drink lovingly titled the Innkeeper's Vein. Keep dreaming, Count Dracula. Speaking of dreams, how is the retrieval of my cape coming along? Swimmingly. Well, actually, I think there's very little water involved. I wouldn't be so sure. My dear Evelyn has a beautiful pond filled with long toothed spine guppies in her courtyard. It's her pride and joy. I would hope no one is swimming in that. But I have sent someone on your quest. I'm sure he'll return soon, and you and your cape will be reunited. Marvelous. Speaking of inseparable teams, where's Ray? Oh, she's taken the day off. She's demanded vacation time, so I said she could choose any day, and she chose today. I was going I was but I was going to also take a day off and spend her vacation with her, but when I wanted to follow her to the market, my sleeve caught on fire, and my hand and my hair, so I was forced to stay back due to my allergies. The weeping amaryllis pollen is very bad this time of year. And the sun. The sun is also bad for vampires. It is? Yes. Right. I need sunscreen. It's in the works. Did you get to see the market? Did you get to see the market later? I did. It was beautiful, colorful, full of music that would make anyone's heart dance. But I couldn't find Ray anywhere, so I felt a little lonely. Luckily, I managed to make a new friend in no time. Very tall and brooding, just how I like them. I inquired if I could try on his dark armor of swirling shadow and onyx bone, but he said if I tried to take it from him, he would turn me into ash. What a jokester. Dark armor of swirling shadow and onyx bone. Yes, a true connoisseur of fashion. He's just visiting, he said. He had some great crepe recommendations. Plum crepes with ash sprinkles. Yes, they tasted deliciously dead. I see. I hope you enjoyed your evening together. Oh, we did. Though I feel like he asked something of me. I promised I would remember. Perhaps he wanted my cape. Many people want my cape. Perhaps. But I would never agree to that. It is my cape after all. Maybe he wanted my pesca recipe? Is it good? Very much so. Then I'd like it as well. Oh, yes, you. Me. He asked me about you. Me? Yes, he said he's an old friend of yours. He's very curious about how your inn's doing. I sang your praises, of course. So he asked me to deliver your greetings. And congratulations on a well-run establishment. How did he phrase it? Deliver my congratulations on the faux peace your precious innkeep has found in her house of denial. Very poetic, if you ask me. Very. If only I could remember his name. Does my description of him ring a bell for you? No, I'm afraid not. Too bad. He's he must be an old childhood friend. Maybe you went to school together? I heard many friendships are formed in such halls. Maybe. Do you want to tell me about your time at the market? Most certainly. I found the loveliest trinkets, like a little stuffed bear with a tiny raincoat and a crescent elder moon necklace. Uh, I found I found a gorgeous sun charm as well. I bought it for Ray as a welcome back from vacation gift. That's very sweet. Your friend bought a delightful raven figurine with the eyes of Starlight. Please don't call him that. We should never deny our friends, even if we don't remember them. I don't remember any of my friends. Alas, I still love them, even if their memory lives on in my heart. Anyhow, he said it was a gift for himself to celebrate the dawning of the month of the astral moon. Oh, I love Castopia so dearly. Cassiopeia, sorry. She is most beautiful month, is she not? A haven of starlight reflected in the primordial sea below. Only once a year is she this close to us, and only then for a short period of time. To me, she is a harbinger of yearning and of change. I wonder how we'll change this month. I hope to be more capeful and sunscreened by the end of it. Maybe a little less lonely. What about you? I like the way I am, but I wouldn't say no to stocking up on more ingredients. Ah, the refusal to change is dangerous, innkeeper. Change always comes to those who deny it the most. By the end of the astral month, we shall no longer be who we once were. That sounds like a threat. By no means may it. Maybe it promises a mourning, but maybe celebration also, could it not? For example, my dear Ray hated vampires when she met me, and now she likes me. True changes can occur before the stars change, it seems. I'm gonna be mean. I'm gonna be mean. I don't think she likes you. I think that is a very mean thing to say. I don't think you get to make that decision. Neither do you. No, but I can have faith in her heart. Isn't that what friendship is all about? That reminds me, I forgot a crucial part of the message. Our dearest friend stranger told me he would like to see you again. He said, what was it? Don't think too hard about it. Ah, of course, the letter. The letter? The polite young man gave me a letter to deliver to you. What a sweet gesture. I shall pass it to you forthwith. Thank you. Are you not going to open it? No, I don't think that's how. Wait, I don't think now's the right time for a letter. Not enough moonlight. But wouldn't it be romantic, lovingly dwelling in memories of a friend? It would go so well with fireworks. What fireworks? I have no clue. He said he hopes you enjoy them. Fireworks. Doesn't that sound lovely? I hope they aren't part of a private event. I think that would be difficult to do with fireworks. I don't mean to interrupt, but what is it? What is it, little fawn? Look outside. I think the fireworks have started. Oh, how beautiful! They're falling from the sky. Hello, little fireworks. Sparkle on. Those aren't fireworks. They're stars. Alright, there we go. Act 2, Starlight Sonata. Picking up the pieces, first of the astral moon. This is where we are going to save and we are going to find someone to raid, and I know exactly who that is going to be. Just let me. Oh, okay. Alright, thanks everybody for chatting, lurking, hanging out, and just being here. It truly means a lot to me. Don't forget to hit that follow button and also check out my socials. To stay updated with the stream things, check out my YouTube channels for more content, and also in case you end up missing the stream, you'll be able to watch the VODs over there. And also, don't forget to join the Discord so that way you'll be able to talk with the rest of the Corgi Corner pack. We are going to go raid a good friend of mine, Jimmy J. Less. Here is the raid message for you guys to copy. Now, you don't have to come raid with us if you don't want to, it's up to you. But I will be seeing you guys again on Wednesday for either some Coral Island or maybe some more tavern talk here or, whatever we decide to stream that day. It's up for surprise, really. So thank you all for stopping by, and remember, stay floofy, stay awesome, and stay you. I'll see you guys next